Hello, and welcome to the first in a series of Reputation 101 videos that we'll be doing. It's the start of the year, so we're going to focus on building brand in 2021. And we have 5 tips for you here in order to take your business or your individual brand to the next level. And the first thing we're going to concentrate on is being seen in 2021. So we'll just write be seen. Now, what does being seen mean? Now, obviously, if you're a business, you're going to have to start with having a website. Now, many of you will already have a website. Some of you who are starting out will be thinking about, do I need a website now? Because you may be doing well in social media, or you may have come from a different platform. But number one, for any brand, is having a website. If you currently do have a website, you really have to have your SEO on point in 2021. There's no chance of you slipping behind and saying, hey, we had a website built in the late 90s, we're good for website. It really isn't the case anymore. Things are getting much more competitive, and you need to know that your SEO is really up to date, and that's on every single page, from title tags, images, internal, external linking. We're going to do a whole session on getting your website sorted for 2021, so we'll get back to that. But primarily, we need to start with the website, and then we need to obviously, another big one, which is huge, is social media. Now, you may be doing well on one social media platform and not on others. You may think it's a waste of time, but when you're building brand, you need the big six. The big six. Now, this isn't up to your preference. It is essential. So you may find, hey, I don't like Facebook or I don't like Twitter, but you need to be on there, at least with some visible, presence. So these are the websites, these are the social media platforms rather, that you'll need to be on. So Facebook. 2, Twitter. 3, which is a good one here, you may have neglected it, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is great for organic content, meaning you can put some content up and you get the views that you used to get on Facebook and you don't now. Facebook and Twitter have, it's increasingly more difficult to win with organic content unless you have a big following. But if you're starting out, or if you need a refresh, LinkedIn is a great one. Number 4, Instagram. Instagram's been a while. It's been around a while. It's a big one, and obviously it has a young demographic, just like TikTok, which is number 5. But these two platforms are really strong, and you may be rolling your eyes thinking, why do I need a TikTok? If you're an established business, you need a TikTok. It's not really up for debate. You may think it's just for the kids, but it's not. Facebook started as kids, and now it's very popular around the 50+ mark. TikTok is going to be huge. It already is huge, but you need to at least register the profile and put a video up to begin with. And 6, which is a huge one, obviously. We know how big video is. YouTube. YouTube's great for the search algorithms. It ranks on page 1 for your services or your name. It ranks quickly. There's no debate. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Now, there are others which you may decide are worth pursuing, and they probably are. Pinterest, Tumblr, maybe some new ones like Parler and Rumble. But these are the big 6, and these will be strong in 2021. And we're just going back to here. You need to be seen. Okay, you need to be seen. So you have to have your website and your social media platform. Now, number 2, all of this is pointless if you're not doing anything with it. So you need to be heard. You need to be heard. Now, what does that mean? It means that you have to impact the conversation. You have to be telling people who you are and what you do. Who you are what you do. It's important that you don't go too businessy with this. Now, you may be a business and you may want to have a professional image, but you don't want to just continually be saying, hey, we do this, this is what we do, this is our price, come and get us, because it turns people off. You have to be providing real content, and there's ways that we're going to find of how to produce content in your industry. You may find that your industry is pretty boring, and it's just something that people need when they search for you on Google. But if you're putting the information out there, you'll be surprised at how many people will find it. And you do need to be having your image out there on as much content as possible, on as many platforms as possible, because this is going to protect your brand, it's going to build your brand, and then from this platform, you can then really start to branch out, getting new content, new leads, and actually attracting the people that you want to build your brand in 2021. So you need to think about when you're thinking about being heard, you need to think about how often you're posting. How often? Now, the answer, if I ask you now, how often are you posting content? Some of you may be posting a piece a day, a piece a week, a couple of pieces a month. If you're looking to build brand, you have to get prolific at being heard and making content. So really, we're going to start with 5 pieces a day. 5 pieces a day. Excuse my writing. I'm just starting out with this new pen and the tablet, and my writing's never been perfect, but here we are. 5 pieces a day. Now, you can make a piece of content for Facebook, and you can put it on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and you have 6 pieces. Really, we're looking to have slightly different content for each. Now, you may write an article for LinkedIn, post it on Facebook and Twitter. That's absolutely fine. But we really want to start thinking about these are the 3 main types of content. Written, obviously, blog posts, articles, images. Start creating images. Get somebody in your team, or you need to take the initiative and start creating images. Stock photos are so done. They're not going to build your brand. You need to create new images. A website good for this is Canva. Let's just post it up here. Canva. I think it's canva.com. You can start out free, and then there's more packages, and you can really start building logos, branding, social media posts, and video as well. So you need to get these images out on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook as well. You can use the images to create YouTube videos and TikTok, but obviously the third one is video. Now, as I've said about being heard, a big one for 2021 is voice search. Voice. Which means maybe a podcast. Have you thought about doing a podcast? Podcasts are absolutely fantastic. They're going to help with your voice search. They're going to help building your brand. It's going to help getting new content out, shared on your big 6 social media profiles, and that way you're going to be on iTunes and you're going to be on Spotify. So you're going to be on lots of different platforms with lots of different content, and you're going to have written content, images, video, and voice. Okay? So the third one that you want to do, if you want to build brand in 2021, is demonstrate. Whoops, here we go. Demonstrate. Crikey. Excellence. I'm definitely not demonstrating excellence in my written, but I can spell and I can write. So, demonstrate excellence as I draw through it. This means, now this is quite controversial, and it's linked in with number 4, is you need to provide answers. Provide answers. Let's have it here. Answers to the questions that people are asking when they're looking for your services or products. So, we provide reputation management. So if somebody wants to hide something negative, they might ask, how do I remove something negative from Google? Now, we could write an article with those keywords in where we steer them towards us, but really, some people are just looking to, how do I remove this content? I need to remove it now. If you provide those answers, some people will just go ahead with the process and try and attack it. They might be successful, they may not. But once you demonstrate excellence and you provide answers, which links in with number 4, which is free content. Free content. It seems counterintuitive because you're a business and you're looking to make money. So why would you demonstrate excellence, provide answers, and give out free content if you want people to pay? Because this builds, what does it build? It builds brand, but primarily it builds trust. Trust is what builds your brand. It's what builds your reputation. It's what makes people think, these guys know what they're talking about. They can help me because they've demonstrated excellence. They've provided the answers I need. They've given me free content and they still haven't asked me for money. They're trustworthy. They know what they're doing. They've been in business, and that's what builds your reputation. And 5 is communicate. Communicate. Now, this is good for established brands and for people starting out. Okay, what you think, oh, I'm communicating because I'm posting on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. No, that's just getting your content out there. That's building a presence. Communicating with people that like your content, that comment on your content. You'd be surprised at how many people will put a post up, Facebook, LinkedIn, maybe even Instagram, for example. They might get 50 likes. They get some comments, oh, I love this, blah, 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 and they don't even like or reply to the comments. You've got to engage. Engage. You know how many people would kill to have people commenting and liking their posts? You know, so engage, reply, answer questions. Oops. Answer questions. Ask questions. And direct messaging, the DMs. You may have heard the phrase, it's going down in the DMs. This is huge and it's really overlooked. Direct messaging is how we get people on our podcast. I go on LinkedIn, I look at people who I think are interesting and funny, and I direct message them. I ask them if they'd like to come on the podcast, like to have a chat, like to discuss what they're doing in their business and how they're building, their history, what they achieved in 2020 with COVID-19 and all the restrictions and the problems that it caused, and where they're going with 2021. Direct messaging is great for people starting out. If you're looking for a job, you're looking for an opportunity, you need help, you want to build and create something with somebody else and maybe do some collaborations. Direct messages, send as many as you can. Don't give up. With everything, it takes a lot of work. So to really build your brand in 2021, you can't just post something once a week. Maybe I'll share this on LinkedIn and like a few posts and go about it. You really need to go back to the fundamentals.